Shabbat Shalom. I'd like to say all praises to Yahweh Bashem Hashai, Bashem HaKadosh, the bonds of Apostle Elder Great Millstone that taught me this 100% truth of a will, citation to the Akim out there, pushing the truth in all sincerity, giving their life to do so. Salutation to the hopeful elect that are scattered among the four corners of the earth that believe in the truth of Yahweh Bashem Hashai. Shalom. This is your brother Dawah. Here to do a quick lesson, and Lord willing, is edifying. Name Yahweh Bashem Hashai. So this is second Esdras 8:1, which reads, "And he answered me, saying, The Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. I will tell thee a similitude, Esdras, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made, but little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. There be many created, but few shall be saved." Yeah, so the Lord, you know what I'm saying, only works, with a small group, a remnant of soul. The Lord is not, uh, dealing with the masses. That's why, you see a lot of our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they don't get the truth of Yahweh Shem Shai because, the Lord is not dealing with a large number. He's dealing with a small group, So you see a lot of these, these camps or whatever, they a lot of them teach you filthy lucre's sake. They're all about the numbers, you know what I'm saying? And they think that if they got the numbers, that they got the truth, you know what I'm saying? But that's not so, you know what I'm saying? They teach you numbers, because it's lucrative for them, you know what I'm saying? They want to, gain more money, you know what I'm saying? So when they, the whole thing is, pushing, uh, you know, what they, you know, their truth, or, it's like I shouldn't say, they they have a agenda. That's what, I meant to say, you know, call like Habashim Mashab Hashem Kadesh. They pushing a certain agenda, you know what I'm saying? So and they use that, you know what I'm saying, to benefit them, you know what I'm saying, in their you know, their church or institution or whatever, their congregation, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They want to bring in the numbers so they can increase the cash flow so they can live lucratively, you know what I'm saying? They see it as a business, so they kind of use and abuse the truth of Yahweh Shemon Shai. A lot of camps, especially like IOIC, you know what I'm saying? They big on that, having those large numbers, and they also tell their people, like, if you come into their camp and then you decide to leave, that, the Lord ain't dealing with you no more. And that's not true, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord, he's only gonna deal with the elect, which is a small number, so there's some of the, our people, what I'm saying, that's in these other camps like IOIC, HOI, and uh, ISUBK, just to name a few, that they're gonna come out of that and they're gonna follow after the truth of Yahweh Shema Shai, you know what I'm saying? That small remnant that the Lord has chosen, to save in these last days. But uh, the Lord is only dealing with a small number. He's not going to save the whole world, you know what I'm saying? Because with your plantation Christianity, everybody, a lot of our people, other heathens, they believe in that, and the Lord, he's not dealing with, the masses. He's not coming to save, everybody. He actually only coming to save his own people. In plantation Christianity, they tell you otherwise. They say anybody that believes upon the Lord can be saved, but that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Those are, are in the know. The Lord, has brought into his fold, to reveal his truth unto, what I'm saying, those of the nation of Israel, you so-called Latinos, Negroes, and Native Americans. We know, thanks to the grace of Yahweh Shema Shai, that, he's not coming to save everybody. He's only coming to save his people, the only people that he loves. And out of that, his people, he's only coming to save a small remnant of his people. So the elect of the nation of Israel, you know what I'm saying? But at the end, all Israel shall be saved, because even though our, people on the side who's going to die, because as the scriptures say, exactly right, that 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off, and that's here in Babylon the Great, so-called USA, so-called America. You know what I'm saying? Like, this place is a big altar, and this is the place of the nation of Israel's last captivity. To the Lord is going to bring great judgment. You know what I'm saying, upon His own people and these heathen, especially Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. But He's only going to save a small amount of His own people. And we're going to jump down here to 2nd Esdras 8:41. For as the husbandman soweth much seed upon the ground, the Lord has many people in the earth and planted many trees. Again, many people, many nations the Lord has created in this earth, and yet the thing that is sown good is He's in His season cometh not up, neither doth all that is planted take root. Even so, if it is, it's like it. Even so, is it of them that are sown in the world. They shall not all be saved. Yeah, not all of the Lord's people is going to be saved. You know what I'm saying? There are many of us. The Lord. There's a large number of Israelites. You know what I'm saying, in this world. Especially here in Babylon the Great. That the Lord has brought here. To receive a judgment, whether it's to be saved, receive the salvation, being those in the chariots, or to be judged. In the day of His coming. The day of evil that He's going to bring upon this world. You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to receive a righteous judgment and be saved and receive the salvation, if you're of the elected nation of Israel, or you're going to be judged. You know what I'm saying? If you're of that 2/3, that the Lord has pointed that lot of judgment. This is 2nd Esdras. In fact, let's bounce out of here. 2nd Esdras 19. It's like in 2nd Esdras 9:15, which reads, I saith before, and now do speak, and will speak it also hereafter, that there be many more of them which perish than them which shall be saved. Like as a wave is greater than a drop. Yeah, so the Lord is going to destroy many people in His coming, because it's a great judgment that's going to be coming, and many of people are going to be put to death during the times of Jacob's trouble too, which is fastly hastening to come. You know what I'm saying? We're hastening to these days. These days are approaching quickly. You know what I'm saying? Because we're at the end of the end. We're in the last of the last days. And this is the time that the Lord has appointed for these things to take place. That's why you see the so-called it's like I didn't mean to say so-called. That's why you see the MOTV mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? The physical mark. The RFID microchip on the scene. That's why you hear, the rumors of wars, World War III on the brewing or whatnot. Now it's the latest thing. You see, that's talking about the famine of the word. You know what I'm saying? You're penalizing, getting jail time for speaking the word. Not here in the United States yet. That's, I believe, is over in Israel. So if I'm not mistaken. So, these are things that, the Lord has appointed as end time signs, you know what I'm saying? And that's, an end time sign that, there should be a famine in the word. And that's on, coming in, along with, real famine, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be water. It's not going to be food. All these things are approaching, you know what I'm saying? And, these countries, bickering back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're setting up, preparing for, Armageddon, you know what I'm saying? World War III to take place, for the day of the Lord. These things are, taking place now. And sedition among men, you know what I'm saying? all these things are, going to be coming into play. Uproars of the people against government, all these things are, are coming into play, because this is the last day. We got a taste of that, during the whole pandemic. You know what I'm saying? When this devil, put his practice run for his RFID mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? He gave a practice run with his pandemic. to see how the world was going to react. And now, he ready to, bring it forth. The RFID microchip, the mark of the beast, is already here. You know what I'm saying? And he gave a practice run to what he wanted to do. So how he going to implement it? And that's fastly approaching too. You know what I'm saying? Because this devil on the way out. This is Isaiah 10 and 20, which read, "And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For they, for thou, for though they, for though thy people Israel is as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The compensation, the decree shall overflow with righteousness." Yeah. So the Lord, only a remnant of his people is going to return into him. Those that he has chose from the foundation of the earth. You know what I'm saying? In his creation, the elect souls that the Lord created, or all those souls will return to him in these last days. And that's what's happening. We see this great awakening of the nation of Israel. And, many of our people are waking up. But there's only a few of us that's waking up to the 100% truth, Yahweh Hashem Shai. We see all these different camps out here. But a lot of these camps, they're not telling you, the whole truth. Like, they telling you about, the mark of the beast is, a spiritual mark, and, so-called sleeping with white women, John 3, 3:16, and, all type of, misinformation that they're misleading you. But we know that, those are in the know that, the Lord, that it's like it, for those that the Lord gave the proper discernment, to follow his truth, they know that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? It's a carnal mark. It's not a spiritual mark, as, many of these camps are pushing, But see, they're not part of the elect. That's why, they don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe in 100% truth. So those that, the Lord has chosen not to save in these last days, they're going to, believe in things like, oh, the mark of the beast is, a spiritual mark, or, the name of the Lord isn't important, um, you know, th- these are the things that those stumbling blocks that the Lord has set forth, you know, uh, for those that he don't want, those that he don't want to be saved. You know what I'm saying? They're going to believe in false doctrine. A lot of them going to still, a lot of our people, you so-called, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you're still going to believe in plantation Christianity. You're still going to try to defend the white man, so-called white man, and try to, save him. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you're going to be, be misled and follow after false prophets that are in this truth. That the Lord has set up as a stumbling block into you. That's not going to give you the 100% truth for Yahweh Shema Shai. Will tell you that the name of the Lord isn't important. That are telling you that the mark of the beast is a spiritual mark. You're being misled because your lot is not to be saved. Because as you see from the scriptures that uh, that this world's for many, but few shall be saved. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is Romans 9:27, and this is Paul elaborating on what we just read in Isaiah 10. This is as I it's like Isaiah, which is Isaiah, also cried concerning Israel through the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the, it's like it, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. Yeah, so the Lord is only going to, save a remnant of the nation of Israel. Not all his people are going to be saved. And let's even read on more. For he will finish the work and cut it short in righteousness, because a short work will the Lord make upon the earth. And Isaiah saith before, escape the Lord of Sabaoth, have left us a seed. We had been as Sodom and and been made like unto Gomorrah. What shall we say then? That the Gentiles which followed not after the righteousness shall attain the righteousness, even the righteousness which is of faith. And this is the Gentiles that he's talking about. It's the Israelite foreigners, that were going off and take upon the ways of the Gentiles, we were surrounded upon or in captivity to at this time. But Israel, which followed after the law of the righteous, have not attained to the law of righteousness. Wherefore, because thou sought it not by faith, but as were by the works of the law, for they stumbled at the stumbling stone. As it is written, behold, I lay Zion a stumbling stone and rock of offense, and whosoever believeth on him shall not be ashamed. Yeah, so the Lord himself was set up as a stumbling block, for those that, for his own people. You know what I'm saying? That's why they don't, a lot of our people don't get this truth, because, it's been set up as a stumbling block, because they're here, a lot of our people are here to be judged. You know what I'm saying? 2/3 going to be cut off here in Babylon in the time when the Lord's coming in the great judgment. So the Lord, he don't plan to save, all of his people, because, that's not, what he has, chosen to do. I mean, we're second Ezra again, and he answered and saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. There be many created, but few shall be saved. Yeah, many people of our people were created. You know what I'm saying? It said the nation of Israel is the sand of the sea, but only a remnant shall be saved. Because they're going to reap judgment in the day of the Lord's coming. So to go back and forth with people that can't get this truth is not meant for them. You know what I'm saying? Their lot is to be judged, in the day of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Along with the heathens that the Lord is going to judge as well. But we know when the Lord's coming, and that great judgment that he brings upon the world, brings our restoration as the nation of Israel. So even though many of our people are going to get judged on this side, they're going to be in a righteous state in the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? Because all of Israel going to be saved, but they're going to be reborn through their elect souls that the Lord was, give the salvation on this side. You know what I'm saying? And these heathens, in our kingdom, they're going to know, the proper position, and proper order is going to be restored in the earth when we take, this kingdom back. But we know that great destruction and great chaos got to take place before that. You know what I'm saying? So the times of Jacob's trouble has to come. The hour of temptation of taking the mark of the beast, that has to come. The famine of the word has to come. The famine of, food. There has to be, civil war. Uproars of the people, and racial wars. You know what I'm saying? These are the things, the great evils that the Lord is going to bring in these times. That's going to, bring the changing of, of rulership. You know what I'm saying? Because Esau, Edom is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follows. You know what I'm saying? But before that takes place, great evils and things have to take place on this earth. And, those are in the rightful mind state of Yahweh Shem Shai, the Lord, those that the Lord has chosen to give the proper understanding. We pray for these things to take place. We pray for the downfall of this place. You know what I'm saying? This place to be judged, because it's going to bring upon our salvation. So, we give praises to the Lord when we see these things coming to pass. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it. I just want to say I hope this lesson is edifying. Kohala Yahweh Shem Shai, Kram Shabbat Shalom.